oftentimes these labels, are labels that put us in boxes, and oftentimes those boxes are built by our oppressors. So, I am proud to be a trans individual. I am proud to be Mexican American. I am proud, to have all of those communities behind me. However, I am a firm believer, and I do remember saying this when I was with those individuals. Um, I remember telling them, like, that doesn't make us and that doesn't break us. I feel like each individual has the opportunity to rise above any type of quote unquote statistic or, determining factor that might, you know, expect them to lose or to fail. I feel like it's extremely important to know that I am not those labels. I am me. I am my own person. I don't have to subscribe to any type of stereotype. I don't have to subscribe to any derogatory backlash or anything that comes tied in with those labels. However, in this particular retreat, in this particular camp, um, I really felt the value and the importance of carrying that label with me. And that is the reason why I want to, carry that with me, carry that flag with me, carry those communities with me and represent, because representation is an extremely crucial thing nowadays. And why not? The more the merrier, right? So I am Mexican, Italian, American. However, I've always resonated more with my Mexican side from my mother, since my father was never really around. So I never got to really tune in with my Italian roots. May he rest in peace. And yeah, so it was never, I've never really felt, or I've kind of, in a way, like in the past, I felt very, not this, not that, And it was like, well, whenever you go to Mexico, whenever I would go to Mexico, it would be like, well, you weren't born here, so like you're a gringo or a gringa, right? You're an American, like you're not Mexican, and you're not like us. Like even when I went, people my age, like I already had that, like, fears, very strong determining factor that I was not one of them. And it was just like in the culture, and it's everywhere. And a lot of individuals, I'm sure, that are Mexican American can definitely relate. Um, and yeah, it definitely is. It's very interesting. Guys, welcome once again to my channel. I wanted to, in this video, I wanted to talk about my experience attending the Camp Outdoors Trans and Non-Binary retreat this past week. I honestly, I was expecting to meet amazing individuals, and definitely my expectations were definitely met. I got to meet and conversate with trans and non-binary individuals such as myself. I am not non-binary, I am a trans female. But just having the opportunity to really talk to those individuals, it really gave me kind of like, it opened my eyes. It gave me a reality check that nowadays, individuals in the LGBTQ community, specifically in the trans community, are super informed. And they also informed me on terms and, well, terminology and just new things that I was not aware of. And I think that the more heads, the better, two heads think better than one. So it was definitely an amazing, retreat. And Unfortunately, it was my last year to attend as youth, but who knows, maybe in the future I would be super excited um, to be a counselor. Crossing my fingers, who knows if that could be a possibility. But it just, yeah, it was just a very, it was an eye opener. Like I said, especially, well, the majority of the individuals that I got to meet were like 11, 12, 13-year olds, that are so intelligent and that are so passionate and so very like well informed. And it really did come as a shock to me because when I was 12, when I was 13 years old, I didn't know the terminology. I didn't know the information. I didn't know the basics. Just because a lot of the times that information was restricted or that information wasn't readily available, or you had to kind of feel like um, guilty about like inquiring or researching. And I didn't learn about the terminology trans until I was like 15, which is pretty late. Um, and I didn't learn about like other like few terms and stuff until I was later in the age. But just seeing how well informed and just how smart and intelligent our LGBTQ plus youth is made me extremely hopeful, made me very happy. And it also, I mean, it really did make me realize everything. And it shocked me. And it was kind of like, in a way, I kind of wanted to like cry happy tears, just because of how proud I felt, proud that our communities are well informed, that they can go out there and debate individuals, they can go out there and really be themselves, and just seeing the diversity and just the nuances of our community and the trans community, because no trans story, no trans individual is the same. We talked about a lot of really important factors, and I'm excited to learn more, to get more involved in the community with this label. It's also very interesting looking at the culture here, and honestly, I'm very very proud of the Mexican American culture here in the United States, because it's very dominant, as well as here in Arizona. And to me, I literally I wouldn't change who I am for anything or for anyone. I think that I was meant to be here in this country, that I was meant to be a Latina that really does, value her roots, that values, everything that makes her. I'm also Native American. However, I also did not have the privilege to really, have an upbringing, sorry, like anybody else that they can say that, they're Native American, they're like deep rooted in their traditions and everything. I am not one of those, unfortunately. However, I do believe that it's very important to, be aware of that, of those communities, and to be kind of like a spokesperson for that, because why not? I feel like there's nothing bad that can come out of it. I feel like my ancestors, they want me to be happy. They want me to be successful. And they fought and they endured so many things and they sacrificed so much for me to, live my life and choose to be happy and also to represent them. So um, I will do my best to get informed, to get, you know, more knowledge on such topics, specifically the LGBTQ community, specifically the trans community, because I feel like it's a prevalent and timely, um, a very relevant as well thing. And yeah, it was just, it's also very strange now that I am extremely proud of my identity. I'm extremely proud that I get to be myself and I don't have to hide it, and I can literally just live my life truly authentically. And I talk about this in my podcast. I'm always going to be sharing my podcast from now on. Especially the next episode on this YouTube channel will be about my podcast, uh, which has been kind of like a long time in the making, that I could find my voice, that I could finally be in a place, in a mindset where I didn't have to worry about people bullying me, annoying me, um, questioning my identity, letting me know that I wasn't female enough, letting me know that, my name was not Andrea, just little things, So I couldn't and I didn't have the liberty to really have a voice and to speak out and to touch different subjects that I do now currently on my podcast. So I definitely do encourage you guys to check that out. Um, and yeah, now it's a little different. I don't have to prove to be American. Um, I know that I am. I know that in a way, I'm also a patriot, and I believe in this country. And I believe that this country is the land of opportunities. I believe that if you work hard, if you train, if you're determined, and if you have a goal, you can achieve anything that you dream of. But that's only if you have the discipline, the drive, and also, in a way, it sucks to say this, but you also have to be a little like cuckoo, in a good way, obviously, um, to outdo, the haters, to outdo anybody else. I feel like the competition is not with anybody else. The competition is with you and with your inner mind. And now it's a little different. You know, it's not anybody questioning me being American. It's people questioning that maybe like in the past before I transitioned, it was just like, okay, yeah, my masculinity was definitely in question. And, you know, um, individuals they didn't really save their time to let me know that I wasn't, um, a guy or anything like that. And that was completely, it was harsh just dealing with all of that as well. And now it's like, it's funny because it's now my womanhood that is in question. It's now my femininity that is in question. If I try to have a voice, or if I, have feelings, or just behave like a normal human being, or react a certain way like anybody else would, um, or they get that reaction, or they do this to like try to get a reaction out of me. Now all of a sudden it's like, how dare you? Like, oh no, a woman would never, So to me, I hate that structure that we give women and men. Women have to behave a lot more than men, and it's like men just get kind of like, the excuse. They always get preference, and it's kind of like, it's crazy. It is, yeah, it's wrong. But yeah, I was listening to this interview that Jennifer Lopez had with other amazing individuals, other amazing actresses, and she herself, you know, um, talks about having to be very careful. And that's how I feel. I have to be extremely careful. I have to be extremely worried about what I say, what I react to, and stuff. And it comes with the territory. Um, it's very hard because it's like, well, like if I react a certain way, or if I say this, or if I literally let that person take the best of me and react, which is what they wanted, then there's gonna be, this thing, um, this false facade, or this false, label that I'm gonna carry, where I'm difficult to work with, that I'm a diva, that I am, cuckoo, that I'm crazy, all of that. And it's definitely, yeah, it's not cool. So, um, like I said, it comes with the territory, but it's definitely something that I'm going to keep on fighting for. I'm gonna keep on being myself. I'm going to be truly me. And you don't have to make anybody hurt. You don't have to make anybody sad. You don't have to harass anybody to be truly yourself. Um, and yeah, it's I'm super excited for what's to come. And yeah, I cannot wait to have the opportunity to record this and to even write about it and just like journal everything and stuff. Actually, I'd rather do it on like on my podcast because I'm not really that good at like journaling just because yeah, I'm much better at like speaking and talking and putting all of that in the art form that is podcasting. So yeah, I really do hope you guys stick around and yeah, until next time.